Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University, here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The name of the field, Reese Smith Jr. Field, on the campus right next to the football complex here at Blue Raiderville. This is Tim Reese on the Vol State Sports Network and broadcasting finally some baseball here on a little bit of a rainy Sunday afternoon. The rain began right after game one of this three-game JUCO Showcase. It was supposed to feature 11 teams on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but instead it's just going to feature three teams: Columbia State, Motlow State, and Volunteer State. And run like a showcase does. I don't have starting lineup for the Motlow State club, but we'll figure it out as we go. Let's get to the starting lineups. We're only the Volunteer State squad. I'll pick up the defensive positioning here as we go along. Leading off for the Pioneers, Brady Nepper. He'll play shortstop. Reed Mashinsky in the right field, batting second. And the first baseman will bat third. That's Easton Denning. Out in left field, cleanup hitter Gage Hoover. Scotty Dean, the DH, batting fifth. Carson Sanders, an extra hitter, batting in the sixth hole. Devin Thrain in center field, batting seventh. Drew Plummer at second base, batting eighth. And the number 9 hole hitter is the catcher Lex Falsoni. And number 10 hitter in the 10 batter lineup for head coach Jim McGuire is A.J. Armstrong. He'll play third base. And on the mound for the Pioneers, right-handed sophomore Chip Harris will get a couple innings of work as what he's scheduled for. Right-hander out of Clarksville, Tennessee, 6'2", 210-pound general studies major, the son of Smith and Melinda Harris, and a brother to Smith and Sawyer, also Anna. Hello to G-Mama in Clarksville, Tennessee, and Pop and Nana also in Clarksville. A year ago, Chip Harris, 7 appearances, 6 were starts, 22 strikeouts, looking for a big sophomore year. And on the mound for Motlow State, according to their roster, is Camden Scholar. Bear with me while I write these players down. He's a right-hander out of Christiana, Tennessee. Attended Riverdale High School. He's a 5'10", 150-pound freshman. In the first pitch is a breaking pitch swung on and missed by Brady Nepper, and we are underway here at MTSU. A little ahead of schedule. I got 129 on my watch. It is 70 degrees, cloudy, a little bit of spitting rain. Nepper swings and foul tips that pitch into the catcher's mitt. Of course, I'm not going to be able to see who the catcher is. His uniform number is blocked. Out at shortstop, Nate Mayfield. And at first base, Reagan Tomlin. 0-2 pitch, low and outside to Nepper. Swing and a miss, and Nepper down on strikes. Or out number 1. Breaking pitch, that'll bring up Reed Mashinsky. Mashinsky out of Bradenton, Florida. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6'3", 175 pounds. Mashinsky hitting .368 as he has to get away from a fastball out of the hand of Scholar. Got statistics for 3 games played against opponents and 7 inter-squad games. Swing and a drive down the left field line. That's in there for a fair ball. Over to cut it off as a left fielder, Mashinsky. will round first and head on back with a 1-out single. Shinsky stays hot. That's his 8th hit of the fall. That'll bring up Easton Denning, one of 2 Vol State players with 3 home runs in the fall. Denning, a freshman left-handed hitter. 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Warren County High School. McMinnville, Tennessee. Looks the first pitch, it's down in the dirt. All natural surface field here, dirt and grass. Shinsky has speed, and we'll see if he's on the move or if he's going to stay put and let these hitters hit. With the left-handed hitter, I would assume he's going to stay put at first base. Leave that opening between the first baseman and the second baseman a little wider for Easton Denning, the hard-hitting left-hander. Right fielder playing very deep, and Denning to pull. Throw over to first. Shinsky back in time. Nick Causey, the third baseman. Another pitch that's going to get away. Down to second base goes Mashinsky. And 3 balls and no strikes to Denning. Wow pitch on Scholar. Now 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at second, 1 out here in the top of the first inning, just getting started. First game of the doubleheader today. It's going to catch that inside corner. Denning probably okay with that, and I think he's up there to hit. On deck is Gage Hoover. Denning, the son of Terry and Sierra Denning. Grandson of Pappy and Nani, Papa and Grana. He's going to have to step away from that one. Down to first base goes Denning. Runners now at first and second. Bring up Hoover, who is leading the club in hitting in the fall so far. I think 556, got 10 hits and 18 official plate appearances. Double and a triple, 3 RBIs. Bats here with 2 on and 1 out. Son of Mike and Angie Hoover from Stewart's Creek, as Scholar will turn and bluff a throw to second base. Mashinsky on at second with a 1-out single, and Denning down at first base with a 5-pitch walk. Hoover 6'1", 215 pounds. Drives 1 out to right field, pretty deep. Back is the right fielder, and it's out of here. No, they're gonna say he's out. What is the base umpire doing? They're saying now he changes his mind. Now he twirls the fingers. Right fielder ran into the wall. I didn't think he had the ball. That is a 3-run home run by Gage Hoover. His first long ball of the fall. The right fielder playing deep, but he just ran out of room. Hoover, strong young man, goes the opposite way, drives in Mashinsky and Denning. Stepping to the plate is Scotty Dean. First pitch in there for a called strike. Scotty's been out with a bit of an injury. Been a while since he's been in a lineup, whether it's an inter-squad game. Did not play last weekend up at Carbondale, Illinois. He's a transfer from Chattanooga State. Swings and misses at a breaking pitch. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 hits in the inning, 3 runs have scored for the Pioneers. 0-2 pitch, nearly hits Dean's elbow. 6'2", 230-pound transfer from Chat State, played his high school up in Clarksville at Rossview High School. Son of Wynn and Katie Dean, brother to Carter. Fastball high and tight to Dean. Scotty only played in 4 games so far this fall, all inter-squad games, is 1 hit and 5 plate appearances. Taps that one foul. That gets into the Pioneer dugout. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-handed hitting catcher and first baseman. Today he's DHing. On deck, Carson Sanders. Another Clarksville, Tennessee native. Or at least that's where he played his high school. Breaking pitch is swung on and drilled to left field. It's high, but not deep enough. And the catch is made for out number 2. He got under that one just a little bit. He's also a very, very strong young man. Pioneers have some power and they have some speed in their lineup, and this young man is power. Carson Sanders, he's got 3 bombs. He and Easton Denning lead the squad with 3 home runs. Carson also leads in RBIs with 9 this fall. Fouls the first pitch off to the right side. He's down on the count 0-1. Son of a couple Army Dennis, Colonel Sanders, Jared and Jill Sanders. Sophomore, second-year player at Ball State. He swings and misses at a breaking pitch. Scholar took a little bit off that one. Carson's 5'11", 200 pounds, the biology major. He's got a younger sister, Claire. Met Pappy from Houston, Texas last weekend. He and Mammy live down there in the Lone Star State. Foul tipped at the plate. Count remains 0-2. Also has a Papa and a grandma. They're also down in Texas, Alba, Texas, on Lake Fork. One of my email buddies, Miss Linda Isaacs. Appreciate you. Whenever you email in at tresports@gmail.com. 0-2 pitch is breaking pitch outside. Some modifications to the baseball game. Only one that I know of actually is its 25 pitch limit. Not sure who's keeping that limit, but last week we had a 7 batter in an inning limit. Sanders is batter number 6. So I'm not sure how that will work. Another breaking pitch misses low and outside. Motlow State and Columbia State played in game 1 of the modified MTSU JUCO Showcase. It's actually turned into 3 showcases. There's 3 teams playing over in East Tennessee, 3 teams playing in West Tennessee, and 3 here in Middle Tennessee. Fastball just outside. Well, of our first Full Count Ministries full count of the day. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Big news for one of the Full Count Fall State 242 group members today. Swing and a miss. Scholar bookends strikeouts. Begin and end the inning. But in between, single by Mashinsky, a walk to Denning, 3-run home run by Gage Hoover gives Ball State a 3-0 lead here after 1/2 of an inning. We will take a break. See if I can get my scorebook fixed a little bit. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Back to the bottom of the first. Motlow State. First batter they're going to send up there, number 6, Michael Murrah, 5'10", 195-pound sophomore from Elkmont, Alabama. Looks like he transferred from Wallace State Community College. On deck, Cleet Finley, who played shortstop in game 1. And the first pitch from Chip Harris is a breaking pitch on the outside corner for called strike. Good start by Chip. 5 games this fall. He's pitched 7 innings, giving up 8 hits, 5 runs. Another breaking pitch swung on a tap foul. Has 5 walks in those 8 innings, but 9 strikeouts, giving up 1 long ball, 6.43 ERA. There is one additional game, inter-squad game that I don't have all the complete records for. 0-2 pitch, breaking pitch. It's going to catch Murrah in the wallet. That'll put a runner at first base. Breaking pitch that did not break. Cleet Finley from Kingston, Oklahoma, transfer from Eastern Oklahoma State. Stands in, a right-handed hitter. The runner at first and nobody out. He's going to square around the bunt and pitches in the dirt. That will go to the backstop. Lex Falsoni has trouble finding it. Murrah's going to just keep on going over to third base on the wild pitch. Falsoni did not hear instructions from whoever was calling out where the ball was. On deck, Nate Mayfield. There's another wild pitch. That's going to get the first run of the ball game in for Motlow State. So, not a great start here for Chip Harris. First 2 pitches in there for a called strike, but then hit by a pitch and 2 wild pitches. Scored the first run for the Bucks. Get you the defensive alignment here in just a little bit. Off-speed pitch at 68 miles an hour. Might have been not sure what that was. I don't think it's a changeup, but it wasn't a fastball. 3-0. There's a fastball. It misses high, and ball 4. Nate Mayfield from Madison, Alabama stands in. He looks at a pitch. It's called strike. Mayfield playing shortstop in the top of the inning. Stands in there batting third. Chip Harris needs to do that double play in the worst way here in the bottom of the first. Throw over, not in time. Another strike called on an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. One ball, 2 strikes to the number 3 batter in the lineup, Nate Mayfield. Michael Murrah hit by a pitch on 0-2 count. A couple wild pitches got him in to score. Runner bluffs a steal and pitches fouled off to the right off the screen. Stays in play. On deck, Cameron Vessels, freshman from Barberton, Ohio. Caught in game 1. I don't think he's the catcher in this game. 1-2 pitch coming from Chip Harris. Right after this throw over to first base. Give us time to set the defense. Gage Hoover out in left. Devin Thrain in center. Reed Mashinsky in right. Freshman A.J. Armstrong at third. Brady Nepper at short. Drew Plummer at second. Easton Denning, also a freshman, is at first base. And behind the plate is Lex Falsoni, who catches that breaking pitch outside for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-team MTSU Showcase with a couple of former pitching coaches for Vol State here in attendance as that breaking pitch catches the outside corner for a strikeout. Mayfield kind of surprised there. It looked like a pretty good pitch from my vantage point, high atop the press box here at Reese Smith Jr. Stadium. That'll bring to the plate another right-handed hitter, Cameron Vessels. Breaking pitch misses just down. Says Vessels is 235. I'm thinking he might be a little more than 235. Says he's 5'11". Fastball whispers at the outside corner. Called strike. Cleat with a K, Finley down at first base after walking on 4 pitches. There's a base hit out into left field off the end of the bat. Vessels way out in front of that one and ends up just lifting it out to left field. Puts runners at first and second. First hit of the inning. Brings up a first left-handed batter. This is first baseman Reagan Tomlin. Tomlin, hometown boys from Tullahoma. Went to Tullahoma High School. Fastball low and inside for ball 1. Tanner Jones on deck. Looks like head coach Dan McShay going with what he would say is his starting lineup right now. There's a pitch that gets away from Lex Falsoni, and both runners will move up. Have to look at that one again to see how I would rule that. There's no official score here. I think that one stayed up. It might be wild enough to have gotten inside where Lex couldn't get that one. Third wild pitch of the inning, but Chip Harris, and it takes away the typical double play ball, which that would have been right there. Ground ball to short. Nepper's going to throw on to first base. Tomlin's going to drive in a run. Get those runners over there, and now I'll get them in. They traded it out for a run. Finley comes in to score the second run. Vessels moves down to third. That brings Tanner Jones to the plate. Played his freshman year here at MTSU. Redshirted that year along with his twin brother Tyler, who's over at Chattanooga State, as that first pitch misses high. Attended Goodpasture High School and had a good year last year with Motlow playing the outfield. And he's back for his redshirt sophomore year. Fastball misses up. So after 4 straight left-handers, here's now 2 with a third one in the on-deck circle. Haven't seen his number until he swings. Swing and a miss by Jones. On deck is Parker Barrel. Two-one pitch, fouled off. Runner at third, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Tanner Jones trying to tie the ball game up off of Chip Harris. And he gets a swing and a miss. Down goes Tanner Jones. Second strikeout of the inning. Two runs on 1 hit. No errors and one runner left on base. 3-2 after one. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Move to the top of the second inning. New pitcher on for Motlow State, C.J. Brennan. The first pitch is down in the dirt to Devin Thrain, the center fielder for the Pioneers. Tanner Jones playing left field. Mikael Murrah out in center field is pitching in there for a called strike. Drew Potts in right field. And a strike to Devin Thrain. Fouls that one off to the right side. Devin having a very good fall campaign here in his redshirt sophomore year from Summit High School. Hitting .313. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He's got 5 hits. They're all extra base hits. Pops that one up. That'll get out of play as well. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's played in 9 games. 16 at-bats, driven in 5 runs. He's walked 6 times and .522 on-base percentage. Had a couple surgeries last year, was out as a medical redshirt. Here's a ground ball that will get gloved by the shortstop. He comes up. His throw to first is not able to be handled by Tomlin. It's Nate Mayfield, the shortstop. So Devin Thrain reaches on, let's say, is an error. Though it is tough to give an error when a guy has to make a diving play and then get up. So I'm just going to change that to an infield single on my book. Over at second base is Cleet Finley, who played short in game 1. There's a ground ball to second, could be 2. 360 move by Mayfield off the feed from Finley. Gets Drew Plummer, who swings at the first pitch and grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Quickly 2 outs. Brings up Lex Falsoni. He grounds first pitch he sees. It is a Nate Mayfield inning. Falsoni, and that was about 6, 7, 8 pitches out of the hand of C.J. Brennan. I'm not sure if they're going to go 1 inning apiece for each of their pitchers, but so far they've gotten 2 pitchers in 2 innings. The Devin Thrain infield single, a race on the 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Drew Plummer. Drew Plummer is also a redshirt sophomore, 3 of them on the squad. Lex Falsoni, a sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. Drew Plummer was a teammate with Devin Thrain at Summit High School, so they're both, all three of them are local products. Chip Harris back out for his second inning of work. So the Pioneers have sent 9 batters to the plate in 2 innings, collected 3 hits, 3 runs. The big blow was the 3-run home run by Gage Hoover. That is his first long ball of the fall, and now matches the 3 RBIs he had coming into today's game. He now has 6. As I said, he came in hitting .556. That's gone up. He's now 11 for 19. So the sophomore outfielder and DH staying hot. See Lex Falsoni come out of the dugout to finish the warm-up tosses by Chip Harris. Coming up is Parker Barrel. I think he must be a DH. I haven't seen him out in the field. Drew Potts will follow him. He's playing right field. Potts back from last year's squad. So about to get the roster. There's a ground ball to the left side. Nepper. Throw over to first, cannot be dug out by Denning. That will be an infield single by Parker Barrel. Let me check that, maybe. Good throw might have got him. Been close play. We'll go ahead and go single on my score sheet. Again, my score sheet means nothing other than we do use them for the false stats for the most part. Coach McGuire has the final say on what gets into the book, though. So, the runner on at first base, and ball 1 to Drew Potts. Third baseman Nick Causey in the on-deck circle. See if they're hitting 9 or hitting 10. Slider in there for a called strike. Had to learn to be patient in the fall. I have rosters sometimes, don't have lineup cards. That ball is sliced just over the Motlow State dugout down the first baseline. Harris now looking for that doodad double play ball. Ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Denning can't get that one. Mashinsky with the throw to third, not in time. As Barrel just gets under the tag by A.J. Armstrong. Runners now at the corners. Mashinsky with a strong arm, but the wet grass out there slows the ball up, and he charged it, but could not get to it quick enough. Number 9 hole hitter Nick Causey stands in. Chip Harris in a pickle. First pitch is down. Ground ball to the right side. That's a base hit. Carbon copy, and it gets under the glove of Reed Mashinsky. It will mean extra bases. There scores all the way from first base on the E9. Causey ends up at third. Scores on the base hit. Potts scores on the error. Bring up number 1, Baron Cribbs. back-to-back hits by Motlow State. First pitch is fouled off. Cribbs must be the catcher, I believe. Swing and a miss. Just a poke foul ball off to the left side. Just to stay in the count. 2 runs in the first for Motlow and 2 runs so far here in the second. Off of sophomore Chip Harris. This is with the 0-2 pitch. Cribbs, a sophomore from Dunlap, Tennessee. Plays high school baseball at Sequatchie County, Tennessee. High school. Which gets away from Falsone, but not far enough for Causey to advance. Parker Barrel with an infield single into the hole at shortstop. Going to third on a single by Drew Potts to right field. And both scored on a single and an error by the right fielder. Still nobody out in this 25 pitch limit. Ball 2. Guys want to get to the plate and actually swing early if possible. And I must have missed one there. Ball 4. Second walk of the ball game by Harris. Was runners at first and third. And top of the order, Michael Murrah, M-U-R-R-A-H. Wallace State down in Alabama. Transferred. Was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count. His first plate appearance came around to score after a couple wild pitches by Chip Harris. Throw over to first, and Cribbs is back. Nearly hit with that pitch. Sun peeking out of the clouds here after a brief shower in between games. Game Time Sports Field, one of All-State supporters here to take care of the field before and between games. Popped up to the right side. That'll get out of play. In fact, Bill Marbut, head of Game Time Sports Fields, up here in the DeJuan Brazelton suite just to my right during the Columbia State Motlow State game. This is the second game of the day for Motlow State. Change-up misses down. Murrow able to hold off of that one. Let's get that foul ball on there. 2 balls and a strike. As many of you know that are listening in, watching, I'm a one-man band on the road for sure. My man, Cooper Anderson, helped me at the home game against Cumberland. He worked so hard he had to have labrum surgery. Successful surgery last Tuesday, and big day for him this morning as he got baptized at his local church. Congratulations to Cooper Anderson and his family. Fastball up and in. Back-to-back walks, loaded the bases. Chip Harris scheduled for 2 innings, so he will in fact finish this inning. We won't have any pitching changes in the middle of an inning. Following him will be Eben Hansen, Jack McLaury, and Drew Moorhead. Foul ball straight back off the bat of Cleet Finley. He walked and scored in the first. Saw Cooper on Saturday morning at our all-count Fall State discipleship group meeting at Chick-fil-A in Gallatin. He looked good. It's good seeing the young man after his surgery. Said he's feeling good, and guess he'll be back attending school. I'm not sure if he's here. I didn't see him down on the field or outside the dugout. Fouled off. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. At least I have 1, 2. There we go. They are running the scoreboard here at Middle Tennessee State University. Also have the pitchers' miles per hour up on the scoreboard. Clete Finley with bases loaded and nobody out. Infield is back and the pitch is high. Harris struggling with his control. 3 walks, a hit batter. Also giving up 4 hits. 2 ground balls to the right side, 1 an infield ground ball. Maybe could have been ruled an error, and then a ball hit off the end of the bat by Vessels. He's got another 3-ball count here with a full count. Ministries full count. Nate Mayfield is not on deck. This is the last batter, apparently. Foul ball straight back. So I'm sure Chip Harris has reached that 25 pitch mark, and they have said this is the last batter that will come to the plate here in the 2nd inning. See if we can turn a triple play, boys. Runners not going. Fly it out to center field. Devin Thrain will get back and make the catch. And that run will score on the sac fly, and we're going to roll it over. That's just how this JUCO showcase works. But Clete Finley down for a sac fly and an RBI. Go ahead and score Nick Causey. Everybody moves up, but the inning will end as 3 runs come in to score on 3 hits, 1 error, and we won't count runners left on base since the inning did not conclude. But after 2 complete innings of a 7-inning contest, 5-3, Motlow State leads. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. New pitcher on the mound for Motlow State Bucks, coming over from his 3rd base position, Nick Causey. 6'1", 195 pound. It says a freshman on here. I thought he was a freshman last year from Sparkman High School. New third baseman's number 31, and he is not on my roster under the number 31. So we'll get his name called out. Not like A.J. Armstrong, standing at the plate, freshman third baseman. A.J. 6'1", 225-pound freshman from Woodbury, Tennessee. That's Cannon County High School. Looks at a called strike. Slow breaking pitch, sails high. Armstrong played in 9 games so far this fall. Now hitting 176, has 3 hits. They're all actually 2 singles and a home run. Does have 1 long ball. 6 RBIs with those 3 hits. Also walked 5 times, so on base average pretty decent at 364. Whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Will of a full count. Ministries, full count. Back to the top of the lineup for the Pioneers is Brady Nepper, who's standing in the on-deck circle, trying to make a grab on that ground ball foul right over his head. Could not come up with that one. Count pitch, sidearm delivery down low. All 4 in the first batter. Reaches for Vol State. Nepper struck out swinging in the first. Stands in. Vol State down 5-3. Scored 3 in the top of the first inning. Gave up 2 in the bottom of the first and 3 in the second. Nepper, I think he was in defense mode there, trying to keep that ball off of his shoulder. Fouls that one straight back. Jim McGuire, head coach for the Pioneers, coaching down at third base. This is his 4th year. Stayed right in there on that breaking pitch, maybe taking a hit by a pitch if it was going to come in, but does not. Lucas Wilburn in his first year as a volunteer assistant coach down at first base. Outside and low. Former stomping grounds of Jim McGuire for 26 years right here at Middle Tennessee State University. Coming down from his home state of Illinois to come played some ball at Cumberland. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. And then got on with Steve Peterson here at Middle Tennessee State University, was his assistant coach for 20 years. And after Coach Pete left, Jim had the job for 6 years. Runner goes from first, breaking pitch outside, throw down is into center field. Armstrong in there with a stolen base. And Nepper now with a full count. Pitch. Throw down there by the catcher, I'm assuming, as I said, is Baron Cribbs. I can't see the number. He does have a single-digit number, though, so that would make sense. He's in the lineup. He's a utility player. I believe I remember him being a catcher a year ago. So full count, runner at second, nobody out. And now 2 runners have reached via the walk. That'll bring up Reed Mashinsky. He's got one of the 3 hits for Vol State here today. Mashinsky redshirted his first year. Got in a few games a year ago. 6 games, started 3, hit 273 last year. He lets the first pitch go by. It's about neck high for ball 1. deck, Easton Denning. Nick Causey, C-A-U-S-E-Y. Third pitcher on for head coach Dan McShay. They're going to throw back to second base. Armstrong back in time. So the defense that I have right now, Tanner Jones in left, Mikael Murrah in center, Drew Potts in right. Number 31's at third, and Nate Mayfield at short. Mashinsky's going to get hit with that breaking pitch. And the bases are loaded with freebies. A.J. Armstrong walked, stole second, but he could have saved his energy as Nepper walked, and now Reed Mashinsky has been hit by a pitch that brings up Easton Denning, who walked and scored in the first. Wearing number 14, he grounds one to the right side. That's going to sneak through into right field for a base hit. One run's going to score. Here comes the second run. Brady Nepper is going to score standing. And Easton Denning drives in 2 more runs. And this game is tied. That is Denning's 9th hit of the fall. Now 3 singles, 6 extra base hits. It brings up Gage Hoover, who hit a 3-run home run out of here to right field. Ball that just kept carrying and carrying. Drew Potts hit the wall. Base umpire thought that he caught it. That breaking pitch misses. Raised his hand like it was an out, but all the runners were running. And then he's finally circled his fingers to indicate a home run. Sidearm delivered by Causey is outside. So the free passes have come back to bite the Bucks. A couple walks and a hit batter before the single to right field on the ground ball by Easton Denning. Swing and a miss. Hoover a little fooled on that breaking pitch. On deck, Scotty Dean. Ground ball to the left side. Number 31 has it go off his glove and into left field. It's going to score another run on the error. Runner's going to remain at first and second. Don't have a number 31 on my roster for Motlow State Bucks, so I can't tell you who it is. Number 32 is Caleb West. He's a right-handed pitcher. Nick Causey was the third baseman, but now he's on the mound. He is having a tough time. Scotty Dean pops another one up out to left field. It's high. Nobody's tagging on this high fly out to left field. Second time he's flown out to Tanner Jones out in left field. That's the first out. And 6 batters. Carson Sanders steps in. He struck out to end the first. Last weekend, a 7-batter limit in the inning. This time it's a 25-pitch limit. As I see Desi Ammons, Carson Sanders, it's a little slow roller to the right side on an excuse me swing. And Causey can't glove it. Bases are loaded. Let's see if they're going to let Devin Thrain bat, and it looks like they will. It's another tough call. Let's see if we give Causey an error on that. I would say yes. Breaking pitch to Thrain in there for a called strike. Just watched it a little bit on a replay. Second error of the inning. Runners on all 3 bases. check his swing on a pitch way outside. Easton Denning down at third. Gage Hoover reached on an error is at second. Carson Sanders on the ground ball to the right side that Nick Causey could not handle is at first base. Popped up foul down the right field line. It will get over to the hitting facility, get right into the corner where some of the guys went to try to get out of the way of that, but looks like they got right into it, but I don't think they got injured. There's some of the umpires, as this is an umpire training weekend. They missed out on games on Friday and Saturday, but I think they did meet. Another foul ball that will get into the stands here. Hit the aluminum seats to my right. Devin Thrain had an infield single in the second. Ground ball up the middle that Nate Mayfield dove for. Was able to glove and it came up and through. The ball was thrown into the dirt, and first baseman Reagan Tomlin could not handle the low throw. As I said, hard to give an error to a young man who had to dive to make the play to begin with. Bases loaded, I would assume, since there's nobody on deck. Trey Plummer's not there. This is the last batter. Causey having trouble finding the plate. Sparkman High School, that's where, is that the right Sparkman? Madison, Alabama, swing and a miss, and he gets the strikeout, and that will roll over the inning. Devin Thrain down on strikes. Sparkman High School is where Caden Johnson, former left-hander for Vol State, who's now at Tusculum University, hails from Sparkman High School down in Huntsville, Alabama. So the Pioneers send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 batters to the plate. They score 3 runs. There's only 1 hit in that inning. There were 2 errors. Again, we won't count left on base since the inning did not conclude. But Vol State leads 6-5 on the modified scoreboard as we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Number 30, Eben Hansen, out of the bullpen on in relief of Chip Harris, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore from Maynardville Union County High School. Transfer from King University, the Tornadoes. He's a construction science major here at Vol State. The son of Carl and Jane Hansen, and the younger brother to Neely. Grandson of Grammy and Pap and Mimi, all in Maynardville. Eben with a B. B as in boy. Hansen. See what kind of statistical accomplishments he has this fall. He's appeared in 4 games, pitched 6 innings, given up 4 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 of those is earned. Walked 4 and leads the squad in strikeouts with 10. A 1.50 ERA is Eben Hansen. He will get the opportunity to throw 2 innings. I believe he's going to go 2. I believe Jack McLaury is going to go 2, and then Drew Moorhead, freshman, is scheduled to pitch the last inning. Let's get the bases cleared and get our scoreboard back in good condition as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Let's see who the Motlow State Bucks roll up there. Number 27, Nate Mayfield, the shortstop. Looks at a first pitch in there for a called strike. He struck out looking. His first plate appearance. Goes up there hacking on the second offering and fouls it at the plate. Nate Mayfield, Cameron Vessels, Reagan Tomlin scheduled here in the bottom of the third for the, not the Milwaukee Bucks, but the Motlow State Bucks. It's the former home of Joe Gaskins. That's another caught looking for Nate Mayfield on the breaking pitch. Nice pitch by Hanson. Picks up a leadoff strikeout. Good way to start Hanson's first inning of work. Chip Harris goes an inning and a third, gives up 4 hits, 5 runs that were earned, walked 3, struck out 2, and hit a batter. Cameron Vessels, little bloop single out to left field, looks at ball 1. Coach McGuire should go with his entire starting 8 and batting 10 as that pitch gets in there for a called strike. And then he'll change it up in game 2. Pioneers will take on the Columbia State Chargers following this contest. Fastball at 89 miles an hour, misses just down. On deck, Reagan Tomlin, the first baseman. Breaking pitch, missed somewhere, guessing outside. 3 balls and a strike to Cameron Vessels. There's a breaking pitch, gets in there for a called strike. Full count Ministries, full count. Using, except for the computer, all this equipment is full count Ministries equipment for the broadcast. We use it for the Full Count Rhythm Summer Collegiate team. There's ball 4. After leadoff strikeout, Vessels reaches on the walk. Reagan Tomlin grounded out to shortstop, drove in a run. Runners at second and third when he grounded that ball to Nepper. Left-handed hitting Tomlin. Looks at a pitch down in the dirt. Lex Falsoni behind the plate. Keeps that one close. On deck, Tanner Jones. Pitcher's driven out to center field. Devin Thrain comes in. Sliding catch for out number 2. Nice play by Thrain. Keep that ball off the turf. Put a star by that one. For out number 2. Couple center fielders out there. Actually, Reed Mashinsky can play center field well. He can go get him. Had a error in that second inning. Throw over to first. Not in time. On a ground ball that stayed down. Went right underneath his glove. Probably has the best arm in the outfield, out in right field. Does Mashinsky as that pitch catches dirt in front of the plate. Tanner Jones struck out swinging to end the first. An identical twin. Tanner Jones. You get the two of them together, Tanner and Tyler, and I've known them since they've been playing high school baseball at Good Pasture. I've never been able to tell them apart. Slices that one foul, that would get out of play. Both played here at MTSU, redshirted their freshman year, and both transferred out. One went to Chat State. That'd be Tyler. Tanner came to Motlow State. Checks his swing on a breaking pitch. No appeal. Count moves 2 balls and a strike. Runner at first, Cameron Vessels, reached on a walk, now 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third, Hanson delivers a breaking pitch down low. On deck, Parker Barrel, B-A-R-Y-L. Must be an extra hitter. Motlow State hitting 10 as well. Fastball misses inside, and like Vessels was taken off on the 3-1 pitch. Either that or he able to see that pitch out of the hand of Hansen and knew it was going to be way inside. Second walk of the inning for Eben Hansen. Brings up another left-handed hitting. Parker Barrel, he singled, an infield single in the first, or in the lead off the second, came in to score. Swings at the first pitch and gets that one out of play. Sun has come out in between the clouds, 70 degrees here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Breaking pitch down low and inside. Home of the Middle Tennessee State University Blue Raiders. Football stadium in left field, just beyond the left field wall, similar to Vanderbilt. Now, Vanderbilt's stadium is right behind the third base dugout, so just turned 90 degrees counterclockwise. There's a pitch sails off the glove of Lex Falsoni and goes to the backstop. Both runners move up on the wild pitch. Two outs. 2 balls and a strike to Barrel with Drew Potts on deck. Barrel, Potts, and Causey had back-to-back hits in the second inning. And a couple walks as there's a line drive softly hit and a changeup into the glove of Eben Hansen will end the third. So a line out back to the pitcher. And Hansen in a good fielding position, able to make the grab. No runs, no hits. We're 2 runners left on base. We are through 3 innings. Ball State leads 6-5. We're scheduled to play 7 here at this JUCO Showcase. I think Walter State, Roane State, and I believe it's Cleveland State playing in 3-team showcase, just as these 3 teams are here. They're playing, I believe, over at Walters. Then Southwest Tennessee, Dyersburg State, and Jackson State. Not sure where they're playing that. They may be playing that in Jackson State. So we have a new pitcher on for Motlow State, Roy Ramirez, number 44. Let's get those runners off the base and end that inning. A lot of moving parts in these fall scrimmage games. Nick Causey ends up going 2/3 of an inning. Gives up 1 hit, 3 runs. I don't think all of those are earned, but I'd have to look at that. And to me, that changes because you don't get to complete the inning. He did walk 2 batters. Struck out the last batter he faced, did not give up a long ball, but did plunk a batter. So the 4th pitcher on for Motlow, Roy Ramirez, 6'3", 210-pound freshman from Nashville. He was homeschooled. He'll be on to face Drew Plummer, Lex Falsoni, and A.J. Armstrong. In the top of the 4th inning, game 2, the Pioneers will be the home team. Ramirez misses low and outside with the first pitch to Plummer, who swung at the first pitch he saw. off of C.J. Brennan, following a single infield single by Devin Thrain, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Looking now at 2 balls, no strikes. Camden Scholar, C.J. Brennan, Nick Causey, and now Roy Ramirez for Motlow. Game 2 for Vol State, game 3 of the day, scheduled to begin 4 p.m. We'll bring it right here on the Vol State Sports Network. Start a whole new stream, though. A little chatter up on the field mic. Change up. Misses. 3 balls and a strike to DP. Drew Plummer. Third-year utility man. Ground ball to the right side. It's going to hop over the glove of the new second baseman, number 23. Base hit for Drew Plummer. See, number 23 is Roberto Gallardo. 34 is a new first baseman. Lex Falsoni stands in. He grounded out first pitch he saw to shortstop. First pitch misses somewhere. Maybe a changeup. No idea where that pitch missed. Baron Ratliff over at first base. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Hit and run, would assume, was on. Ramirez comes set and delivers. Runner stays put and the pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Plummer can run a little bit. I don't think that was a straight steal, but I think he actually had the base stolen. Does not go here. Pitch is high. We do have a new catcher behind the plate. Figure out who that might be. Could be Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo. Looks like it might be a number 15 behind the plate. Swing and a miss. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. Struggling a little bit this fall. He's got 20 at-bats in 9 games, 4 hits. 2 of those are doubles. Runner goes. Pitch is out of the zone for ball 4, and that puts runners at first and second. 4th walk of the day for Motlow pitching. 27, the new third baseman, as Mayfield has moved over from shortstop. A.J. Armstrong, he walked and scored in the 3rd inning. And he's going to get hit by a pitch. Inside fastball. Change it, but it looks like it also caught the catcher behind the plate. Bring up Brady Nepper. Team's having a little trouble throwing the ball over the plate. Nepper walked in his last plate appearance. 0 for 1. As Ramirez trying to get together with his catcher on the signs. Looks like Murrah is still out in center field. But it's still Tanner Jones in left, and maybe that's still Drew Potts in right field. Maybe second baseman Cleet Finley might have moved over to shortstop. Driven to the right side now to play. That'll get off the hitting facility to the right. Off-speed pitch down in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher. Wilburn, the first base coach, his first year with Vol State. He's from Gordo, Alabama. 2019 Gordo High School graduate. 2024 Lane College graduate, where he was a right-handed pitcher and an outfielder. Was an student assistant over there at Lane before coming to Vol State. Pitching coach is Trevor Mutzi. Pitch low and outside. Whoops. Got the music going all of a sudden. Bring us to a 3-ball, 1-strike count with the bases loaded and nobody out as time's called. Home plate umpire apparently thrown off with the music, wants to make sure the operations folks here at MTSU are squared away. Nobody out, bases are loaded. Brady Nepper, transfer from Cumberland Junior College, at the plate. He's going to take ball 4 and get a gift RBI, second walk of the ball game. It's the second walk of the inning by Roy Ramirez. Pretty close pitch, honestly. Drew Plummer comes in to score. Falsoni moves down to third. Armstrong to second, with Reed Mashinsky at the plate. Ramirez stretch and a pitch is high. 82 miles an hour. Not sure if that's his fastball. Would assume so. Probably trying to take a little bit off just to get it over the plate. Looks like a left-hander down in the Motlow State bullpen might be coming in the 5th inning. As I said, no pitching changes during the inning. There's a called strike. Shinsky reached base both times he's come to the plate, singled in the first and scored. And was hit by a pitch in the third and scored as well. If you want to join the show, send an email to treesports@gmail.com. Give you a shout out. Easton Denning standing on deck. 2-run single in the third. Mashinsky looking to drive in some runs here. Doesn't get an opportunity as that pitch misses. Low and away, 3 balls and a strike. Ramirez give up a ground ball single by Drew Plummer that hopped over the second baseman's glove, Roberto Gallardo. And has walked Falsoni, hit A.J. Armstrong, and walked Brady Nepper. Right fielder Mashinsky at the plate. He's going to be called strike 2. He threw the bat back. Might have been a gift from our home plate umpire, just to maybe give Mashinsky a chance to swing the stick. Stephen Bell checked in on YouTube, I see now in the chat. Stephen, I'm going to have to give you a text if you're still listening in. He's up in, I think he's still in Eastern Michigan. There is strike 3 called Shinsky not swinging the bat in those last two pitches. So that one looked really good from my vantage point. Goes down looking. There's out number one. Easton Denning will bat for the second straight time with the bases loaded. Got to be licking his chops. Oh, swinging and a miss over a changeup. Good pitch there by Ramirez. Denning was sitting dead red on the fastball. Could not hold up. Denning now with 9 RBIs, ties with Carson Sanders with the team lead in the fall. Off-speed pitch. One hops to the catcher. Stephen Bell, former right fielder for the Pioneers, Ravenwood High School, transferred from Alderson Broadus after his freshman year. And now, last I heard, he was headed up to Eastern Michigan. Up in, I think that's Ypsilanti, Michigan. That stayed up north, swinging a miss over another breaking pitch. And Ramirez is ahead in the count over Easton Denning, freshman. One of 2 corner infielders that Coach McGuire has got in the starting lineup. If he were rolling it out there for the first conference game, I would assume this is the way the lineup would look. Tapper to the shortstop. Having trouble getting 2, and they won't. They'll just go to first base. And an RBI ground out by Denning as he has to wave at that pitch. And they're going to roll it over. Another run comes in. Ground out 6-3 for Denning. Give him another RBI now to take over the team lead. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters come to the plate in that inning as the second rollover for Motlow in the inning. Pioneers scored 2 more runs on 1 hit, no errors. And again, we won't count how many are left on base, but there were 2. So Gage Hoover's not going to get a chance to hit with runners on base to see if he can add on some RBIs. He's going to have to lead off the 5th inning. Let's see where that paper is that tells me where some of these players have gone on to. 2024 class, players from last year, Stephen Bell at Eastern Michigan University. Caleb Pica is at D1 Lipscomb University. Christian Dunn moved on to Grambling University. Noah Eatman down in Florida at Kaiser University. Brody Melton and Landon Luderman have matriculated over to the eastern part of the state at Milligan University. Logan Molnar at Kentucky Wesleyan with former Pioneers. Lost Jace Mizell and Braden Vineyard. I just had a brain cramp there. Connor Paul's moved on to Belmont Abbey. Reggie Cooper down at Spring Hill College, and Caden Johnson is at Tennessee Wesleyan University. Thedrick Harris at Stillman College. Last year's players who've moved on to 4-year schools. Evan Hansen then catches, does not catch the shirt. Thought he got the jersey there of Drew Potts, but he did not. Saw the shirt move, but apparently that was with the quick movement of Drew Potts to get out of the way. Singled in his first plate appearance. Is a 2-ball, no strike count, and now make it 3 balls and no strikes. Potts, Jefferson City, Tennessee, Jefferson County High School. 5'11", 190 pounds, looks at a called strike. Nick Causey in the on-deck circle. Started the game at third base, then got on the mound. Ground ball, that's going to just get by Brady Nepper up the middle for a base hit. Leadoff single by Potts. Brings up Nick Causey. Short lead for Potts, but Hanson decides to throw over. Just now noticed that they are keeping hits and errors up on the scoreboard, so see if my hits match theirs. And it does for Motlow. 5 hits. There's a called strike. And it does for Fall State as well. Whoops. Quick fingered there. Throw over to first. It's a non-play. Spinning plates. That's what we do up here in the broadcast booth when it's just you. Foul ball back toward you. A couple of years ago, Matt Hall's parents, Mark and Tracy Hall, would email me and say they're watching on the big screen on the back porch sitting in Lexington, Kentucky. I wonder if anybody here is relaxing on their back porch on this now fall afternoon. Pitch blocked by Lex Falsoni. Good job. Keep it. Runner at first base. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball State Sports Network on YouTube. Now ball to the left side. Glove by Armstrong. Nice stretch. Gets the runner at second, and there is a 5-4-3 Doodad double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Eben Hansen. Each team now with a double play in the ball game. A.J. Armstrong just able to reach out and snag that one before it went into left field. And after he was able to make sure to keep his feet, easy throw over to Drew Plummer at second base. And a throw on to first to get Nick Causey on the 5-4-3. Baron Cribbs steps to the plate with nobody on with 2 down. Tapper foul down the first base line. Cribbs, left-handed hitting catcher, walked in the second inning. Don't see too many catchers wearing the number 1. Pitch spiked into the ground. 2 balls and a strike. At 2-0 up on the scoreboard here at Middle Tennessee. Home plate umpire, just make sure that everybody knows it is 2-1. This ball high and tight. Count goes 3-1. Sometimes you'll see an umpire now, like when the scoreboard is not changed, he'll turn around and look at the scoreboard operator and put the correct fingers up. Ground ball to the right side. Plummer charges, gloves, throws on the run. And there is a 4-3 putout for the third out. 3 batters come to the plate after a leadoff single by Drew Potts is erased on the Doodad double play. Baron Cribbs retired on the ground out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 4 innings. As I said, we're scheduled for 7. See if I have the errors correct. 1 for Vol State. And they're showing 3 for Motlow State. Not sure where the third one is. I have 2 errors. But the hits are right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits for Ball State. I mean, that's what that is. I have 5 hits for the Pioneers, and they have 4. They probably gave Devin Thrain an error and reached on the error, and I gave the hit. But I'm going to keep mine the same. New left-hander on the mound. Let's see if we can figure out his number. That may be the first baseman. I think that is going to be Reagan Tomlin. Let's see if he is a two-way player. Does show him as a two-way player, so Reagan Tomlin, number 19, will come on for his inning of work. He will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Vol State lineup. Do want to let you folks know, especially those of you that have players playing in their final year with the Pioneers, the Alumni Brick fundraiser, sponsored by Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone. My good buddy Randy West over at Alley Cassidy donated a pallet of brick for our alumni patio. Matter of fact, we have some new pavers to put in over there with names of some players. I believe Caden Johnson's probably going to be one of them as a result of a couple of his grandparents, Mimi and can't remember his other grandmother's name he called her. But if you are interested, it's $100 to get your player's name and years he played and position that he played put onto a brick paver to be installed in the alumni patio. First pitch swinging Gage Hoover. He's a sophomore candidate for one of those brick pavers. You can send me an email at treesports@gmail.com and I'll get you in touch with who needs to get it. Fly ball out to right center field. This should be handled. Let's see if the center fielder, and I believe that is Mikkel Murrah, that will make that catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Gage Hoover, 1 for 3. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning over the right field wall, reached on an error and now fly out. Scotty Dean comes to play for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to left field. If he can square up a ball, it will go a long way, and sees that pitch outside. Has not been able to practice last couple of weeks. Had an injury that has kept him out of practice, and not sure when he started hitting. He drives one to center field there, but Murrah going to get under that. No problem. Back-to-back flyouts to the center fielder. Off of a left-handed pitcher, Reagan Tomlin. Carson Sanders stands in. He's 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Strikeout reached on an error. Had a excuse me swing, maybe just a defensive swing. Had a check swing roller that went under the glove of Causey, the right-hander. So that pitch is fouled off. Sanders reached. Carson came in hitting .313. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Looks at a called strike on the outside corner. He's now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. An extra hitter in this game can also play left field and first base. He's the team barber. Swings at a high fastball and comes up empty. 1-2-3 inning for Tomlin. As Sanders a little aggressive on that pitch. Comes up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on base. Pioneers lead 8-5. We'll take a break and be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Jack McLaury, sophomore right-hander from Independence High School, hometown Las Casas, Tennessee. 6'1", 165-pound general studies major, the son of Mike and Ashley McLaury, brother to Judd and the grandson of Grandpa Mahoney and Grandma Deb in Iowa, and Mimi in Murfreesboro. Gets an appearance, scheduled for 2 innings. First pitch swinging, that's going to get right up here just to the right of the press box, and somebody tried to make a nice play on that, came just out of his hand. So there is a chance I can get a foul ball in here. Check swing by new batter, number 4, Trey Cooper, hitting for Mikel Murray, or Murrah. Back to the top of the order. 2 balls and 2 strikes, I believe, on Cooper. And McLaury's going to catch him looking on the outside corner for the backward K. Sidearm delivery from Jack McLaury. Another new batter, number 11, Seth Riverman. Looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike. It looks like a number of new players in the game. Our head coach Dan McShay grounded up the middle. Nepper gloves and throws to Carson Sanders, now playing first base for out number 2. Nepper's throw a little bit low, but Sanders able to handle that one. I think everybody else is the same in the defensive positions. Roberto Gallardo swings at the first pitch. Grounds one that will get by Sanders into right field for a base hit. Swings at the first pitch. So a 2-out single by Gallardo. And Baron Ratliff, new first baseman, going to bat in Cameron Vessel's position. Glory misses outside to Ratliff. Glory comes set, a couple looks over to first base and delivers a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Baron Ratliff. Another breaking pitch catches that outside corner, and McLaury gets back into the count. Jack's 16 appearances a year ago, all in relief for Vol State as a true freshman. That was the most appearances by anybody on the staff. Sidearm delivery misses low and away, and Full Count Ministries full count. 3-0 record, 1 save in 23 innings of work. Was a two-way player, got in a 1 game as a batter. Was 1 for 2. Runner goes and pitches down in the dirt. Now 2 have reached after the first 2 were retired. Gallardo, who singled, standing down at second base. C.J. Bush is the new batter. Comes in for Tomlin. And I don't think I've missed somebody, but they're going to skip somebody batting as McLaury hits Bush. Loads the bases. I'm going to skip Tanner Jones and go down to Parker Barrell. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, lights are on here at Reese Smith Jr. Field. First pitch swinging as Barrell fouls that one off. He's 1 for 2, had an infield single in the second. Lined out softly to Eben Hansen to end the third. Left-handed hitter from Westmont, Illinois, St. Rita of Cascia High School. McLaury struck out Trey Cooper to lead off the inning. Got a ground out by Seth Riverman. Then a single by Gallardo into right field. A walk, a hit batter. Loaded the bases for Barrell. Pioneers leading by 3. Foul ball off the end of the bat. J.D. McGuire out of the Pioneer dugout to get that one. Freshman right-handed pitcher from Nashville's Father Ryan High School. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking pitch, nice stop by Falsoni on the sharp breaker that misses low and inside. Count moves at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, McLaury set to go 2 innings. And Drew Moorhead set to pitch the 7th. Swinging a ground ball, that's going to get through into center field. 1 run's going to score. Thrain's throw to the plate is not in time. Barrell gets a 2-run single. walks and hit batters will come back to bite you. Gallardo and Ratliff score. Second hit of the inning. Brings to the plate Matthew Persinger. Lifts one out to left field. Gage Hoover goes back like a defensive back, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. But the Bucks score 2 on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. Through 5 innings, 8-7, Vol State leads. Scheduled for 7 innings here in these 2 games. Columbia State to come, but a couple more innings against Motlow State. We'll be right back. Tim Reese back at Reese Smith Jr. Field at Middle Tennessee State University for the modified TCCAA Showcase. Well, it's supposed to be an 11-team, not a tournament style, just a showcase style, 3 days here at MTSU, but Hurricane Helene had other plans, rained out Friday and Saturdays, and so about 9 teams decided to do their own thing. 3 Western schools, Southwest Tennessee, Jackson State, and Dyersburg State, are meeting to play today. Again, I'm not sure. I would assume they're playing in Jackson State, although that's an all natural surface. Southwest Tennessee is a artificial surface field down there, so maybe they went down to Memphis. Of course, Fall State, Columbia State, and Motlow State meeting here in MTSU. Walter State, Roane State, and Cleveland State meeting in the eastern part of the state. First pitch swinging is Devin Thrain, flies one out to right field, and he's going to be retired on 1 pitch. Going to be able to keep up with all the new fielders for Motlow State. Drew Plummer is going to stand in. He's 1 for 2. A ground ball to the right side and scored in his last plate appearance. New pitcher on for Motlow State, a right-hander, Jordan Logan, 6'4", 220-pound sophomore from Oswego, Illinois, transfer from Wabaunsee Community College. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Drew Plummer, one of 3 Vol State Pioneers players that helped Team Reese in the Full Count High School Fall League, a wood bat league in Sumner County. 225 or so players in a 16-team league. Drew Plummer, Cam Hodges, and Parker White, as that ball's grounded up the middle, and that's going to be another base hit for Plum. So Coach Plum, 2 for 3. They helped myself and my son, Wilson Reese, coach, along with Charlie Gregg, one of my longtime assistants, coached Team Reese this year in the Fall League. So appreciate Plum, Parker White, and Cam Hodges assisting. Falsoni stands in. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Looks at ball 1. So Plummer with a base hit to right and now a base hit up the middle. Leads off first base, and Lex Falsoni gets into the hit column with a single on the left. Gonna need Lex Falsoni to drive in some runs this year. We'll bring A.J. Armstrong to the plate. Have not said hello to the Falsoni folks, Jerry and Andrea Falsoni, over there in Smyrna, Tennessee. And Grandpa and Grandma in Flint, Michigan. Falsoni from Stewart's Creek High School's A.J. Armstrong almost got hit by a pitch again. Breaking pitch from Logan did not break. There's a strike called at the letters. Back-to-back hits by Plummer and Falsoni. Full count rhythm games, that'd be brought to you by Old Hickory Bats, but they don't swing Old Hickory wood bats. Fly out of play here. Major leaguers do, though. Old Hickory Bats made right up in Millersville, Tennessee, not far from Goodlettsville. Just a little north and west of Gallatin. Armstrong does not have an official at-bat. He's got a walk and a hit batter, and he's going to be able to bat with runners at second and third as the wild pitch gets by the catcher. Plummer moves to third. Falsoni moves to second. Baron Ratliff, the first baseman, giving some encouragement to Jordan Logan as Motlow State brings the infield in. 1 out, runners to second and third. There's another pitch in the dirt. That is ball 4. A.J. Armstrong's going to have a 3-for-3 game here and on base, but no official plate appearance. Back to the top of the order. Brady Nepper, who's looking for his first hit, reached on a walk twice, and another defensive swing there. Again, a pitch riding in on his hands, and he able to get the bat on it, fouls it off to the right side. Logan gets ahead of Brady Knepper. Another foul ball, and Knepper down in the count, 0-2. Knepper, played his first semester at Cumberland last year, transferred in January to Vol State. Knepper played in 24 games a year ago, 14 starts. He's going to look at ball 1 outside. That was close. I don't recommend taking that one again. Might get rung up. On deck, Reed Mashinsky. The 4th at-bat now for the top of the order. Here in inning number 6, he's going to get rung up on that one. Brady Knepper, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks in the game on a nice pitch on the inside corner. Knepper goes down looking for out number 2. It's going to be up to Reed Mashinsky now. First strikeout of the inning by Jordan Logan. Mashinsky is 1 for 2. Singled and scored, hit by a pitch and scored, struck out looking. Logan pounding the inside portion of the plate. Moves Mashinsky off the plate. Called strike. On deck, Easton Denning hoping to get an at-bat here again with runners on base. Mashinsky's going to drive one out to left center field. Over is the center fielder. He's going to leap and make the catch. I think that's still Michael Murrah out in center field. And a nice running catch by Murrah to end the inning. Mashinsky bid for extra base hit and RBIs. Cut down by the Motlow State center fielder. No runs, 2 hits in the inning, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Jack McLaury back out for his second inning of work. Ball State leads 8-7 in the showcase. Game number 2, there are 3 scheduled. Ball State and Columbia State will play right after this game. We'll carry it right here on the Vol State Sports Network. Be right back.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day.
Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. New hitter on for Motlow State is Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo. Looks at a first pitch from McLaury in there for a called strike. Jack has 4 appearances prior to this game, 6 innings of work. Give up 2 hits and 1 run. That pitch 1 hops to Falsoni. Walked 6 batters in those 6 innings. Has not struck a batter out. Has hit 2. 1.50 ERA. 1 ball, 1 strike to the catcher who swings and misses. On deck, the mystery man, number 31, who's played third base, but not showing on my roster, so don't know who that is. McLaury misses way outside. And Fanu Manu Lanu will pick it up. That's a law enforcement term for first name unknown, last name unknown, or middle name unknown, and last name unknown. Mr. Third Baseman. 2-2 pitch. Tapped foul to the Pioneer dugout. Cam Hodges looks like out of the Pioneer dugout to get that foul ball. Breaking pitch, it's going to get Rodriguez Gallo looking. Second inning in a row that Jack McLaury gets the leadoff batter with a backward K. Picks up his first strikeouts of the fall. Sidearm delivery to number 31. Misses down. Nobody on deck as of yet. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. 82-mile-an-hour fastball. He doesn't throw it hard. It just misses barrels. Slow roller. It's going to get over the head of, or glove of McLaury. Throw by Nepper is a little wide of Sanders. It's going to be an infield single for number 31. High chopper that just got over the glove of McLaury. Tough play for Nepper coming in, charging, throwing on the run. Can't retire. Number 31. And they have thrown in another batter. Okay, so what they've done, totally messed up my score sheet. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Let's see if we can get that guy in there. So they let Barrel bat. Persinger must have hit for Tanner Jones as that ball is grounded foul. Dan McShay makes a stop down there. Former Ole Miss pitcher, third base coach. So I'm going to go with Persinger moved into Tanner Jones's spot. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt. And down goes, who is that? Number, should have been looking at him a little bit better. Number 10. Jackson Nichols. Trey Cooper is at the plate. So back to the top of the lineup. Dan McShay playing a little fast and loose with the batting lineup. So they get it figured out. I'll let you know. If you're scoring at home, you are even worse of a scorecard nerd than I am. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch. Another swing and a miss. Laurie missing some bats here. Two outs. Check swing. They do not appeal. A full count. Ministries full count. Runner goes. Pitch is down. Runners at first and second. Seth Riverman back for his second plate appearance. Getting a little dark here again. Fastball get me over, fastball in there for a called strike. Riverman grounded out to shortstop. Time is called at the plate. Popped up just over the broadcast booth here. Just about to get there. The only one I don't know is number 31. I think we got everybody back in the right spot. Good thing I used pencil today. Thank Mark McDaniel for that. Breaking pitch fouled back to the screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Regardless of the score, we will play all 7 innings, both top and the second half. Drew Moorhead, freshman right-hander, scheduled to appear for Ball State in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking pitch and another ring up there. Down looking goes Seth Riverman. We're out number 3. That will end the 6th inning. We got 1 inning to go. Ball State leading Motlow 8-7 here. TCCAA Showcase at MTSU. Top of the 7th. Easton Denning, Gage Hoover, and Scotty Dean scheduled to face the new right-hander, Elijah Shreve, 6'4", 235-pound freshman from Lebanon High School, on here in the top of the 7th inning. Jack McLaury struck out the side in the 6th. Picked up 4 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Walked 2 batters. And his afternoon is over. Easton Denning at the plate. Faced the tall right-hander with nobody on. I believe it's the first time that Denning's been to the plate with nobody on. Looks at a ball down in the dirt. Easton is 1 for 2. He's got 3 RBIs. Reached on a walk. Singled, drove in 2, and grounded out, drove in a run. It was in the 4th inning, an inning that ended up getting rolled over, meaning that pitcher had thrown enough pitches that inning. Roy Ramirez got 2/3, 2 outs in the inning. 25 pitch limit or thereabouts. There's a swing and a miss on an 82-mile-an-hour pitch from Shreve. Looked like Denning had second thoughts about whether or not he was going to take a cut on that 2-0 pitch, but could not hold up. True freshman out of McMinnville. Strong young man. He's hit 3 long balls. One of them I did not see. Coach McGuire said it hit 3/4 of the way up the pine trees out in right field at Pioneer Field. Takes a healthy cut there and comes up empty. of a Full Count Ministries Full Count. Stay tuned. We'll have the verse of the game after the conclusion of this ball game. Strike called. It's questionable call there, but the rain looks like it's fixing to come back. I didn't think we were supposed to have any more rain. Gage Hoover stands back into the plate. 1 for 3, 3-run home run in the first to right field. Reached on an error and flew out to center field. First pitch swinging, comes up empty. Hoover played in 18 games as a freshman, started 12 of them, hit .289. Looks at the ball low and inside. Had 11 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 12 RBIs. Those 38 official plate appearances. Some as a DH, some as a left fielder. Looks at a breaking pitch up. 2023 Tennessee Baseball Player of the Year in his classification. There's a shot back up the middle for a base knock. Hoover stays hot. For 4, and his batting average is going to go down. Came in hitting .556 in the fall. Scotty Dean looking for his first hit. Braden Cal, the former Vol State pitching coach, in attendance here. Now at Trevecca Nazarene University. As he looks up here in the press box. At his second year. Also saw Ross Spurgeon for the second weekend in a row. He was Coach McGuire's first pitching coach. Ross now at Midway University up in Lexington. Throw over to first. It's in the dirt. Gets away from Barron Ratliff, and Gage Hoover is going to reach second base on the errant throw. Give that error to the pitcher. Third error on my scorebook, 4th on the MTSU scoreboard out in right center field. I was a little more generous apparently with an infield base hit than the young man running the scoreboard. Scotty Dean with an RBI opportunity, and looks at a fastball up at 83 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out is 4 pretty strong young men right there. Easton Denning, Gage Hoover, Scotty Dean, and Carson Sanders. Coach McGuire hoping those 4 guys will drive in a bunch of runs this year. Swing and a miss by Dean. The transfer from Chattanooga State. He's one of the 7 or 8 players from Clarksville. Of Fort Campbell, foul tipped into the mid. Dean's down on strikes at 82 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Elijah Shreve. That'll bring up Carson Sanders. He struck out twice and reached on an error. He's 0 for 3. Looking for a big shot right here. See if he can find a gap. 395 to dead center, 330 down the lines, 365 in the alleys. Be a little bigger than average college field. Foul ball that will get up and out of play to the right. And will stay in the seated area. Souvenir for a lucky fan. Actually, I've seen that fella right there as it rolls right to him. It's about the 3rd or 4th ball that he's retrieved. Sent back to Motlow State. Count as no balls and a strike to the barber, Carson Sanders. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Devin Thrain in the on-deck area. There's not a circle there. A lot of mud, and there's some standing water right in front of the third base dugout. First base dugout looks somewhat dry, or at least there's not standing water. 0-2 pitch, just at the end of the bat. 85 miles an hour. Shreve dialed that one up. That may have been the fastest pitch he's thrown in this half inning. 7 hitters. I'll start that over. 7 pitchers for Motlow State. Each have gone 1 inning or attempted to go 1 inning. A couple of them came up and out short. The 0-2. This is inside. Shreve tried to tie up Carson Sanders. Eight hits for the Pioneers. 8 hits for Motlow. Breaking pitch, called a strike. Shreve got some help there as he strikes out the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Falls State is finished batting here in this game. 8 runs, 8 hits on my score sheet. Shreve goes an inning, gives up the 1 hit and strikes out 3. Ball State scored 3 in the first, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth for their 8 runs. Motlow State 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fifth for their 7. They will come to the plate to face freshman Drew Moorhead. 5'11", 195-pound right-hander. This Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Another one of the Rossview Hawks players from Clarksville, Tennessee. He's a general studies major. Son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. Hello to Grandma in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Moorhead, his 4th appearance of the fall. He's got 4 innings of work, 4 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. Walked 4, struck out 6. Has given up 1 long ball, 6.75 ERA in the fall so far. So this is his 5th appearance. Where's the number 21? He will face, in my lineup card, Robert Gallardo, Barron Ratliff, and C.J. Bush for Motlow State. Let's check the weather and see. It's getting darker and darker here. The lights are on and have been all game long. Let's see if we've got a cell showing up here with any rain in it. It says rain ending around 5 p.m., but as I said, getting darker and darker. There's that dark cloud. Might have some rain in it. Not sure which way we're situated here, but the sun was off to my left. We may be facing north. Wasn't really that good in science, though. First pitch swung on, popped up, foul, out of play. Gallardo singled and scored in his only plate appearance. That happened in the 5th inning. Came in to play second base, I think around the 5th inning. Moorhead delivers. Slider misses in the dirt. Gage Hoover still out in left field. Devin Thrain in center. Reed Mashinsky in right. A.J. Armstrong at third. Brady Nepper at short. So this breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Drew Plummer still our second baseman. And Carson Sanders in at first base. Lex Falsoni behind the plate. Drew Moorhead delivers. Fastball popped up to the right side. 87-mile-an-hour fastball off the bat of Gallardo, and Catch is made by DP Drew Plummer at second base for out number 1. A little bit of a breeze picking up here into the press box. It'll bring to the plate Baron Ratliff, the first baseman. Moorhead's off-speed pitch misses just outside. Gets called strike there. Ratliff walked and scored in his first appearance. Lex Falsoni with the one hopper back to Moorhead. I don't know if he hit the umpire or what happened. 2 balls and a strike. Now 3-1. Moorhead rocks and delivers. A breaking pitch that misses outside, and Falsoni, I have no idea what's going on with Lex all of a sudden. Throwing the ball in the dirt back to the pitcher. Sometimes catchers can get the yips. Jack McGlory goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, walks 2, strikes out 4. So Chip Harris, Eben Hansen, Jack McGlory give way to Drew Moorhead, whose fastball misses outside. After getting the first out off the bat of Robert Gallardo, walks Ratliff, brings up C.J. Bush. Believe that's who this is. They're going to do it again to me. You're going to bat a guy out of order. Parker Barrell, they want to move him up to the 6th hole. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch by C.J. Bush, who was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Umbrellas back out. The rain has started. There's a fastball. It's at 87 miles an hour. In there for a called strike. Runner goes, pitch is down, throw is in time to get Ratliff. Falsoni puts it right where he needed to. Drew Plummer didn't have to move his glove. Ratliff did not agree with the call. We have a Full Count Ministries full count as rains are coming down. People are scrambling. Full count pitch, breaking pitch, and that's going to sit down C.J. Bush and will end this game on a called strike 3. First strikeout of the game, and will end the game is that backward K in the book. And this game goes right at 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 31 minutes. Ball State takes it 8-7. Won't have winning pitchers or losing pitchers, but our Toyota of Gallatin star of the game, we're going to make that Gage Hoover. He goes 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, a 3-run home run. A big blow in the first inning put Vol State on the board. Did give up the lead after 2, down 5-3, but a 3 spot in the 3rd gave them the lead they would not give up. So Gage Hoover is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game is found in the book of Galatians. It is, so we can get the whole thing here. Galatians 6:10 out of the New International Version says, "Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers." found in Galatians 6:10. That is today's Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We'll do one for each game. So, did not do an alumni spotlight. Did talk about a lot of the alumni as to where they went. But the alumni spotlight is brought to you by Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone. Do want to thank all of our supporters. Toyota of Gallatin, one of the big supporters of Vol State baseball. Summit Concrete, Game Time Sports Field, who's out here right now getting the field covered. I'm not sure if they're going to bring the entire tarp on, but they have tarp, pitcher's mound, and home plate. Coach McGuire out talking to Bill Marbett and his crew about the weather and what's to come. I don't think it's actually supposed to be a big gully washer here, but there are pockets of rain in the area. So according to the weather app that I'm looking at, looks like this won't be around for very long. So that's probably why you're not seeing them bring out the full tarp. This happened actually after game one, the game between Columbia State and Motlow State. It was dry during the game, and then all of a sudden between games, the rains came just like this. Everybody moved up to the cover that is right in front of the press box. And then when Ball State, Motlow State game started, the rain stopped. Coach McGuire is bringing the guys in from the bullpen, so we're at least going to be delayed, I would guess. Game was supposed to start at 4 p.m., but that's not going to happen. Motlow State, not sure if they've even exited their dugout yet. Rain coming down a little bit harder right now. I don't even know if there's enough people here to put the, well, I guess both these teams could go out there and put the tarp on the field, but that's not happening as it stands right now, and they're not getting the field ready as of yet for the third and final game of this 3-game set. While we have you here, I will tell you, Game Time Sports Field is Bill Marbett and his crews here. Line to line also provides netting and padding in front of the dugouts and surrounding the bullpens there at Pioneer Field. So they are big-time supporters of Vol State baseball, as well as several teams around. Bill Marbett has his name on the maintenance shed at Columbia State. So they think a lot of him down there in Columbia, as they should. And his son, Lee Marbett, is the owner of the Rock Place. Lee Marbett played for Coach McGuire at MTSU right here in the late 90s, and he has been a big supporter of Vol State baseball, providing materials for the baseball field. Also want to thank another former Blue Raider player for Coach McGuire, Troy Harp. He and his wife are the owners of the Curbing Edge, located here in Rutherford County. Tommy Decker, also a former player. He's a loan officer at Wilson Bank and Trust. These are all supporters of Vol State baseball, and we thank them very much. Jersey Mike's, they have a sign out in the outfield located at 940 Memory Lane. Michelle Fuller, their head of marketing, is a supporter of Vol State athletics. And Accurate Mortgage, Mike Hoover, the son of our player of the game today, Gage Hoover, has been very generous, provided outfield sign at Pioneer Field. He's involved with Accurate Mortgage. I assume he's one of their owners. They've got locations at Cool Springs and Smyrna, Tennessee. So those are just a few of the Vol State supporters that Pioneers couldn't have a baseball season without other people besides the school supporting the program. And head coach Jim McGuire and athletic director Bobby Hudson, and I do very much appreciate their help. Again, we went through the 2024 players that moved on to 4-year schools. 2 years ago, players that moved on, and I think most of them are still playing in some capacity. Carter Vrabel, Landon Godsey, Jace Mizell, Nathan Rhodes, Cade Sanders, Country Cade McKee, Eli Klotfelter, Ethan Huddleston, Ethan Here, Matt Hall, Braden Vineyard, and Danton Reinhardt, all former Pioneers that are still playing some college baseball after 1, 2, or maybe even 3 years at Vol State. Well, that'll do it for game number 1. Let me get that final up there. I'm lacking in my duties here, folks. I apologize. It is a final after 7, as you see the rain coming down. And that looks, trying to see if players they're still milling around in the dugout. I wonder if, since both teams have already played a game, they may just say the day is over. This rain is coming in pretty good. But I still see some folks hanging around. Maybe we'll just keep it right here to give you a definitive answer. I'd hate to see for you folks to be waiting around thinking there's going to be a second game, although I would assume that the 30 or so of you that are listening in probably have a cell number for a Vol State player. You probably could text here in an hour and find out if the game is still going on. I don't know that I have a way of letting you know. There is a Twitter account for Vol State baseball. Let's see if Coach McGuire has put anything down. Nobody's getting their gear and leaving, so nothing's been changed yet, but that's a lot of water that's getting on the infield right now. And I don't know how long they'd wait to see if that's going to dissipate. If they would have put the tarp on right away, would have been no problem playing on, but this looks like a rain that may sit around here for a little bit. Let me go to the Twitter site. Let me just take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
It was time for me to take that step and enroll in Vol State.
When a student comes to Vol State, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Still raining in Murfreesboro. Getting wetter all the time. Home plate and pitcher's mound, of course, is staying dry. I have not heard or seen any indication that game is called yet, but first game that for Vol State against Motlow State is an 8-7 winner in a modified showcase type setting here in the TCCAA showcase that they have every year. First year that I was with Vol State in the fall, these games were played over at Lipscomb University. The last 2 years have played here at MTSU. Jack McLaury finished with 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 4. I don't think I had that complete line. 8 walks for Ball State pitching, 8 strikeouts. Right now unofficial. I haven't been able to go through and finalize. Ball State did not complete the second inning on defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players came to the plate in that inning. They scored 3 runs. Gave up 8 hits on my score sheet, 7 runs. I have 3 errors for Motlow. Ball State 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. As I said, no winning pitcher or losing pitcher or save to be recorded at 2 hours and 31 minutes for game 1 for Vol State. It's game 2 for Motlow State. As soon as they can clear the dugout. Not sure where Columbia State. I think Columbia State, I see them under the awning in the building just behind the first base dugout. So let's try to recap. For the Pioneers, Reed Mashinsky with a hit, 2 runs scored, was also reached on a hit by pitch. Brady Nepper had 2 walks and an RBI. Easton Denning drove in 2 runs with a single and also a run with a ground out, also reached on a walk. He ends the day 1 for 3 and a run scored. Gage Hoover, our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, was 2 for 4 with a run scored. 3 RBIs on the 3-run home run in the first inning. Devin Thrain, a single in 3 plate appearances. Drew Plummer, 2 for 3. Scored a run. Lex Falsoni with a single in 2 official plate appearances. Scored a run after reaching on a walk. A.J. Armstrong, no official plate appearances. He walked twice and was hit by a pitch. So 2, 4, 6, 8 hits. Got only 6 RBIs. Let me make that 7. Chip Harris, tough time on the mound today. 1 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, which were earned. Walked 3, struck out 2, and hit a batter. Eben Hansen, a good outing, 2 innings of work, gave up 1 hit. No runs, walked 2, struck out a batter. Gave you Jack McLaury's line. Each of those 2 guys got out there for 2 innings of work. Drew Moorhead came in and would get the save if it's a real game. Faced the minimum after walking a batter. Lex Falsoni threw out Baron Ratliff trying to steal. And then Moorhead got C.J. Bush with a backward K in the book to end the ball game. And waiting for word about what's going to happen here in game number 2. Don't want to leave you right now not looking good for a second ball game between Vol State and Columbia State. And they elected not to roll out the full tarp. This is the remnants, I guess, of Helene, the hurricane that came up through Florida and devastated Georgia and the Carolinas, and East Tennessee took a big hit. Middle Tennessee have not had as big a problem. There has been some local flooding, but not anywhere near the devastation that's south and east of Nashville and Murfreesboro area. Had plenty of rain the last 3 days, but thought we were going to be able to get in 3 games here. But right now, not looking real good, but nothing definitive yet here at Reese Smith Jr. Field on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Appreciate Jerry Myers and the folks here with the Blue Raiders baseball team hosting the TCCAA JUCO Showcase. Saw the head coach of the University of Tennessee, the national champions, Tony Vitello, was here for game 1. I understand he was looking at player or maybe 2 in the first game. He must have seen what he wanted to see, because I don't think he was here for the Motlow State-Vol State game. But I'll tell you what, folks, hit the subscribe button on your YouTube. Okay, go to while you're on there, you can hit subscribe, and then whenever the Vol State Sports Network revs up on YouTube, it should notify you that we are live, and you'll know whether or not this next game is actually going to be played. I don't want to leave you hanging here, and I'll see if I can go find out, get some information as to what's happening. But I'm going to leave you for right now. It's been a pleasure to bring you Vol State baseball here on the Vol State Sports Network. This is Tim Reese for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Jim McGuire saying God bless you. So long for now. You've been watching and listening on the Vol State Sports Network. Goodbye, everybody.